Crusaders supporters and whānau, I'm delighted to introduce our first inductee this afternoon, and one of the great Crusaders both on and off the field. Now, this afternoon we celebrate a man whose legacy is ingrained into the DNA of this club, and not just for what he did between the white lines, but equally for who he is outside of them. A man who embodies the Crusaders' values of work ethic, respect, integrity, loyalty and enjoyment. I first met our inductee in 1992 when we were both selected from different provinces for the New Zealand Colts team. We made our first class debuts in the same match on that tour, but our paths didn't cross again until 1996, when my future wife Jen and I moved to Christchurch. He was there to welcome us on that first day, and he and his partner made us feel welcome such that Christchurch quickly became home to us, and they and their family became dear and lifelong friends. So it's my sincere privilege to be able to say a few words about him here today. Two things come up immediately in any conversation with people who know our inductee. Those two things are toughness and his huge heart. A foundation Crusader who participated in the Forgotten Crusade of 1996, our inductee was a tough, hard, uncompromising player. Through his actions, he helped define what it means to be a Crusader. Be it on the training field or on the playing field, he never took a backward step. And he played with an edge that, in Robbie Deans' words, gave the Crusaders their spine in the early years. Robbie speaks fondly of him during a match in 1997, sharing his knowledge with New Zealand's foremost rugby authority at the time, Sean Fitzpatrick, as he was front and centre in reversing a losing streak to Auckland teams. And his performance in the round-robin game at the end of 1998 against the Sharks in Durban, which was a must-win match for the finals, to make the finals, stands out as a marker of his on-field contribution. Robbie again recalls him delivering a performance that was a catalyst for the belief that we could actually win this thing. And in teammate Matt Sexton's words, one of the greatest performances that I've seen was watching him dismantle a Sharks team at Kings Park to take us through to the finals in '98. Both of them remember that performance and the result that followed as a defining moment in the Crusaders' history. Our inductee held high standards for himself, for the jersey, and for those around him. He was one of the first players to genuinely embrace a professional mindset of holding teammates to account, and had that rare ability to be brutally honest in the best interests of the team. It didn't matter if you were an established All Black or a first-year rookie. He'd tell you exactly what you needed to hear, not what you wanted to hear, and he never asked for anything he wasn't willing to give himself, and always delivered with care and respect. And if that didn't work, he wasn't averse to reinforcing the message with a wee tickle up at training. AKA Grizz, his scraps with Justin Marshall, and the odd dust-up with Matt Sexton became legendary. And yet he had a unique ability to turn that aggression off when he stepped back over the white line. And that's the paradox. One of the game's genuine hard men was also the teammate most regularly moved to tears at a touching moment. In his company, it was generally either that shrieking laugh that we all know so well, or tears. Thankfully, it was more often the former. As willing as he was to have hard conversations, he was equally unafraid to open conversations that were deep and personal. He didn't just hold his teammates to account for their performance, he also challenged and inspired us to reach our potential as humans. And this is a quality that he carried on beyond his playing years into his coaching career. He was one of the teammates that I most enjoyed the company of away from the field, and in speaking to others, I know that I'm not alone in this. His genuine interest in you and his willingness to learn and understand in order to be a better person, a better friend, and a better teammate inspired those around him to be better people, and he continues to do that to this day. Now, before we announce him, it wouldn't be right to conclude this introduction without a word of acknowledgement to his wife Tash and his daughters Billy and Nova. You've provided meaning and purpose beyond the game, giving him the love and support that he required to pursue his goals while always being a safe and happy place for him to return to. and you continue to do that. So on behalf of the Crusaders and personally, I thank you. A fierce gladiator between the white lines, a loyal friend, brother and mentor outside of them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to announce our 7th Crusaders Hall of Fame inductee, Crusader number 18, and assistant coach from 2006 to 10, Mark Gary Hammett.